my distinguished speakers on the dais, and all my distinguished delegates. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to be here, and I want to thank organizers for this. Um, as the chairperson already mentioned about the internationalization, and I represent Symbiosis. SIBM Bangalore, I've been the founding director. And before that, also I had a lot of experience in the internationalization as I was international chair in IIM Kozhikode and with IMT Ghaziabad. And I was the one who is got into the news sometime in 2006 as we signed about 25 MOUs in 1 week time. Me and Dr. B.S. Sahai, he was then director of IMT Ghaziabad. Although a lot of hard work was done in many months, in fact, I got sick, I had an accident, and I was on the bed, and, I kept working from my home. And, but it was quite a big thing because from 0 MOU to 25 MOU in 1 week. So that was a thing which we did. But we keep talking about, many of the rating agencies are saying you sign MOU, you have these academic collaborations, research, international conferences, and so on. And there are certain points also being attached whenever the rating agencies are coming and so on. But my question is, beyond MOUs, what? How many of those MOUs are really effective? How many of them really fruitful? So I have just collected a few thoughts. And even recently in Symbiosis, we organized a very big international conference that was internationalization of higher education. So we had a lot of discussion on that. So I tried to blend my experience, and it would be more from a practitioner's view, that in the internationalization, what kind of problems we are facing. Because even if you have the MOUs, but the students, are they really, there may be a lot of exchange opportunities, but whether students really take it as an opportunity, because when there is a come of students going on exchange program, they also look into this, okay, how much money I have to spend and what will I get in return? And similarly, in every institution, there are not enough seed funding or cyber kind of organization as it is in US. When I went to US under the Fulbright scheme, I had visited many business schools there, and I found there were a lot of emphasis on internationalization. But those kind of structure we have not seen here. Having said that, I'd like to mention a few points which we need to consider to make the internationalization in a much better way. The first point is how to make those MOUs more and more effective, and how to not just on the paper, on a file. So one of thing is, from the student point of view, what we did, we organized a lot of students who went on exchange program. So they came and they shared their experience, and that made a huge impact on the aspiring class. Then we also had a lot of speakers coming, and they keep sharing, what kind of possibilities may open up. And also from the employment opportunities, nowadays, each and every company is looking for people, hiring those people who are having some international exposure. So those kind of people we invited. And also as regard the faculty is concerned, how to motivate them. We also made it open to them what kind of joint funding opportunities are there. So we went to many embassies and even with many funding agencies, including the Fulbright, the SICI, Shastri Indian Canadian Institute, and so on. So we came to know a lot of those opportunities, and which gave a lot of opportunities to the faculty members to go abroad and spend about, say, 3 to 4 months there, 6 months there, and building those kind of network. And there is also another way that all these funding agencies, they also come with many study programs. So that we did in a very effective way. Other than that, I know that there's a time of, co-creation. I remember when Mr. Tim Gore was working here in British Council. He is now with the University of Greenwich. So we were discussing with him, okay, there are a lot of people in European Union who want to know how to do business in India. So that idea really clicked. So it has now become quite a big conference, which he is organizing now in University of Greenwich. And every year it is attracting a lot of more than 300 to 400 delegates who are there for about 3 to 4 days. They keep discussing about many opportunities which are available. and what are the cultural aspect, what are the different issues of doing business in India. And that also has given a birth to a separate working paper series and the research series on this kind of idea. Uh, we know that many of the companies are doing a lot of co-creation. We know about HP, we know about Microsoft. Motorola University has been collaborating with many business schools. So in the same way, we need to look at our international partners and look at with them how things can be co-created, which can be of benefit to them as well as to the parent institution. And I also have a very strong feeling that gone are the days when only the Indian institutions were very much wanting for foreign collaboration. Now, even all these institutions from abroad, they also want to have a very good and credible partner in India. So it is up to us, how we capture these opportunities. So we need to, but always, one thing which I have always felt, that we need to always think on a relationship, on any relationship, on an equal footing. Many times, a big foreign institution, they will always try to arm twist, that you have so-and-so terms and so on. And we have seen one very big school in US, they wanted to sign an MOU with us. And they were saying, if your students are coming to us, we will charge something. So we said no. And then after some time, they came back to us. So I do believe if you are sure about your quality, if you are sure about your research culture, if you are sure about your academic ambience, Mr. Manthai spoke about faculty, student, infrastructure, and also he said about ecosystem, but I have my own doubts whether we have really that kind of ecosystem in many institutions, including IIMs, because I have taught in private institution, IIMs, abroad, everywhere. So I believe we need to have a very strong look at that, what kind of ecosystem is needed. I know that when China was trying to attract many of their Nobel laureates back to China, so the kind of incentive they offered, they was quite great. And I also go and teach in Dubai, and I've seen the academic city, and I know about some of the universities in Sharjah, they wanted to hire some Nobel laureate, and they were willing to pay up to $80 lakh, that kind of big money to that person. But that person declined. He said, money is not important. For me, what kind of minds I'd be interacting and what kind of ecosystem are you providing? So we need to be very careful what kind of things are we going to create. So again, the thing boils down to the leadership, and leadership at every level. Even at the level of, I will say, even at the institute level, who is the chairperson of international exchange program? Even that makes a huge difference. Because even at the faculty level, you're the senior people, you might have noted that if you give any administration responsibility to a faculty, they also take it in a very different way. Some people say, oh, my job is only teaching, my research, institution building is more of a pain to me. But I have seen in my life, in my 20 years of career, both in the civil service as well as in the academia, that whatever comes your way, if you do well, that is from where the next level of opportunity comes your way. And I have seen it very well. So those kind of mentoring is needed. Even the people who are like Dean, Associate Dean of International Affairs and so on. Like in our case, Dr. Vidya, who is my boss, she has calls meeting of all directors and she has given us a very clear mandate. So what kind of leaders are there? And also on what basis are you selecting candidates? Even in some IIMs, I will mention to you, the candidate who will go on exchange program to a particular university is being decided by a certain coterie who are close to hit this person, that person, director, and so on. So I wish that there should be a very open and transparent way, that these are the points. You want to go to this university, what are your research interests? Are they matching, not matching? How many points you can get? Whether you've gone last year, what is your feedback? Each and everything should be taken into account, and that will make a huge difference. Why I am saying so? I have seen it myself. Because if not a very fitting candidate goes to a university, that person can spoil the reputation of the Indian Institute. So this is very, very important. And at the same time, even at the International Relations Committee, the kind of student who are chosen and the person who is heading it, I think some thought on that leadership also need to be there. And we see one more big trend of opportunity is coming, like the Duke came to India and they had collaborated with IIM Ahmedabad about their executive education programs. It was another thing that they were cannibalizing into their own MDP, so they did not pursue it well. But those kind of, or some big name who came and addressed a student only one hour or so, it is not a quality of academic exchange. Although those kind of gurus also we need to invite. So what is the depth of that relationship? What is the depth of that academic association? I think that is very important. So some sort of working paper series, some sort of tangible outcome, some real conferences, refereed conferences, those are the things we should be targeting about. And I know we are just about to close. So since it is a conference on digital media, I also believe that from the physical movement of MOUs, there can also be possibility of a lot of digital tie-up. Like the people sitting in Kellogg, they can deliver lectures in many universities. So one-to-many, that kind of huge impact can be there. A lot of digital content can be created. So that also I'd like to mention here. So these are some of the thoughts which I thought to share with you more from the practice viewpoint. And if there is more thing, I'll share with you later. Thank you.